Have you heard the term narcissist but aren't sure exactly what that means? Or are you wondering if somebody that you know is narcissistic? If so, you're in the right place. Hi, my name is Callie Sorensen and I'm a narcissistic abuse coach. In this video, I'll be sharing with you the 10 traits of a narcissistic person so that you can recognize toxic behaviors and take steps to protect yourself from abuse so that you can have the healthy, fulfilling relationships that you deserve. Before we get started, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on this topic. And download my red flag workbook in the description below to help you determine whether your relationships are healthy or toxic. Now, let's talk about narcissism. Narcissism is a personality disorder characterized by grandiosity, a lack of empathy, and a need for admiration. It's important to note that narcissism exists on a spectrum, which means we all have some narcissistic traits to some degree. However, people who are high on the spectrum or who have narcissistic personality disorder can cause a great deal of harm in relationships. The goal of this video is not to diagnose someone as a narcissist, but to rather educate people on the traits of a narcissistic person so they can recognize toxic behaviors and take steps to protect themselves from manipulation and abuse. So, what are the 10 traits of a narcissistic person? Number 1, grandiosity. This is an excessive sense of self-importance or superiority. Narcissistic people may brag, boast, and expect special treatment. They may exaggerate their achievements or talents and have an excessive need for attention and admiration. For example, a narcissistic person may constantly talk about their accomplishments, belittle others in order to make themselves feel superior, publicly donate large amounts to charities, or proclaim to teach elite wisdom that's going to help the world in an effort to gain validation and admiration. Number 2, a lack of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Narcissistic people often lack empathy and may not be able to understand or care about the feelings and needs of others. They may also be able to pretend that they have empathy, and they can be amazingly convincing actors. Narcissists can use what is called cognitive empathy, also known as perspective taking, which is the ability to understand and comprehend how somebody else feels, what they may be thinking, and what may be motivating them without feeling that emotion themselves. It's a cognitive process, meaning it's based on mental understanding or knowledge, as opposed to emotional empathy, which is the ability to share the emotional state of another person. A person who has cognitive empathy is able to understand the mental state of another person and take their perspective, but they may not necessarily feel the same emotions as the other person. A narcissist can use cognitive empathy to be able to understand your emotions and then use it against you. They can give you fake empathy when they don't truly understand or relate to what you are feeling. This is why it can be hard to tell the difference between somebody who is truly empathetic and someone who has cognitive empathy. And many times we want to believe that that person is kind. Also, narcissistic people may seem cool, calm, and collected, and they may even appear enlightened, but this could be due to a lack of emotions and a lack of empathy. Number 3, an exaggerated need for attention and admiration. Narcissistic people have an intense desire for attention and praise from others. They often need constant validation and may become upset, dismissive, withdrawn, or angry if they do not receive it. They may seek out positions of power or influence in order to receive attention and admiration from others. They may also become jealous or envious of others who receive attention or admiration that they feel that they deserve. Narcissistic people may seek out relationships with others who they believe will boost their image or status, even if they do not genuinely care about those people. They may engage in attention-seeking behaviors such as posting constantly on social media or constantly seeking out new hobbies or activities to impress others. They may also seek attention and admiration through physical or intellectual pursuits, such as working tirelessly to attain the perfect body through exercise and diet, or seeking out intellectual knowledge and wisdom in order to impress others and be seen as superior. They may become angry or dismissive if they feel like they are not receiving the attention and admiration that they believe that they deserve. Number 4, a sense of entitlement. Narcissistic people believe that they are deserving of special treatment or privileges. They may expect others to cater to their needs and wants without any consideration for the needs and wants of others. They may feel entitled to resources such as money, time, attention, and they may feel justified in taking these resources from others without their consent. Narcissistic people often believe that they are superior to others and may expect others to go along with their ideas and plans without question. They may feel that their opinions and desires are more important than those of others and may dismiss or belittle the ideas and feelings of other people. They may also have a sense of entitlement to respect and obedience from others and may become angry or aggressive if they do not receive it. Number 5, the inability to handle criticism. Narcissistic people have a fragile ego and cannot handle criticism or rejection. They may become overly sensitive and easily offended if they are criticized or rejected, and may take any criticism or rejection personally. They may become angry or defensive if they are criticized and may attempt to deflect criticism or blame others for their mistakes rather than taking responsibility for their actions. Number 6, a lack of responsibility, blaming and deflecting. Narcissistic people often avoid taking responsibility for their actions and may instead blame others for their mistakes or problems. They may try to shift the focus away from their own shortcomings and onto the perceived flaws or mistakes of other people. They may deny that they have done anything wrong and may try to deflect criticism or blame onto others. Narcissistic people may manipulate or deceive others in order to avoid taking responsibility for their actions, and may play the victim and try to elicit sympathy or support from others by portraying themselves as being unfairly treated. They may make excuses for their behavior or try to minimize the impact of their actions on others, and may try to absolve themselves of responsibility by claiming that they were acting under duress or that they were following orders. Number 7, lack of boundaries. Narcissistic people often do not respect the boundaries of others and may invade their privacy, personal space, or requests. They may not respect other people's feelings, needs, desires, and may ignore their boundaries or try to coerce them to change them. They may not respect others when they say no and may expect others to prioritize their own boundaries, but will not take into consideration the needs and boundaries of others. They may not consider the impact that their actions have on others and may act in self-serving ways without regard for consequences. Number 8, lack of self-awareness. Narcissistic people often lack insight into their own flaws and do not see how their behaviors affect others. They also lack awareness of other people's feelings and needs. Narcissistic people may not be aware of their own flaws or limitations and may have a distorted or inflated sense of self. They may be unable to recognize the impact of their actions on others and may be unaware of how their behavior may be perceived by others. They may also have a lack of insight into their own motivations and hidden agendas and may not be aware of how their actions are driven by their own needs and desires. Narcissistic people may be resistant to change and may not be open to learning from their mistakes or considering alternative viewpoints. They may be unwilling or unable to recognize the perspectives or feelings of others and may dismiss or invalidate the thoughts and feelings of others. Number 9, difficulty maintaining healthy relationships. Due to their lack of empathy and inability to consider the needs of others, narcissistic people may have trouble maintaining healthy long-term relationships. They may frequently argue with others or have a pattern of short-lived relationships. If they do have a long-term relationship, it's probably with somebody who is codependent and does not stand up for themselves, succumbing to the narcissistic person's feelings, needs, and desires, and putting them before their own needs. This can lead to a cycle of abuse and unhealthy dynamics in that relationship. Number 10, manipulation and exploitation. Narcissistic people may use others for their own gain and do not hesitate to deceive or hurt others to get what they want. They may manipulate others through techniques such as word salad, love bombing, threats, and belittling. For example, a narcissistic person may use word salad to confuse and manipulate the other person. They also could shower them with excessive affection and attention, known as love bombing, in the beginning of a relationship, and then withdraw it as a way to control their victim. They also may use threats to coerce the other person into doing what they want, or may belittle them in order to make themselves feel superior and cut down the other person so that they are easier to control. They also might exploit their relationships for personal gain, using other people for their own financial or emotional benefit and not hesitating to lie or deceive in order to get what they want. It's important to recognize the signs of narcissistic abuse and seek help if necessary. Narcissistic abuse can have serious consequences on the mental and emotional well-being of the victim, including low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, and complex PTSD symptoms. So, what can you do if you are dealing with a narcissistic person? It can be really difficult, but there are steps you can take to protect yourself. First, seek support from friends and loved ones who will understand and be supportive of you. It can be helpful to have a support system to talk to about your experiences and to offer that emotional and practical support. Second, set boundaries. You may need to leave the relationship, go no contact, or communicate clearly and assertively about what you are and are not comfortable with and what you will and will not tolerate. And then wait to see how they respond. Do they care about your feelings and needs? Are they open to take accountability, and are they willing to change their behaviors? Third, seek professional support to work through the effects of narcissistic abuse. Find a practitioner who is trauma-informed and who can help you process your feelings, emotions, understand your story, recover from trauma, and recover from that narcissistic abuse. If you're interested in support, I offer one-on-one sessions, and you can book an introduction call in the description below to see if we are a good fit. Also, make sure to educate yourself on narcissistic abuse and learn about these manipulation tactics. Finally, prioritize your own well-being. Take care of yourself and make sure to prioritize your own feelings, needs, and wants. It's important to educate yourself on narcissistic abuse and seek help if necessary. Remember, it's not your responsibility to fix or change a narcissistic person, but rather to take care of yourself and prioritize your own well-being. You deserve to be in healthy, fulfilling relationships. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And don't forget to download my free red flag workbook and like and subscribe for more videos on this topic. Take care.